Hi, Anthony Mendez here from Stream Potato. Today we're going to review the new Roku streaming stick. And we're going to try to get through this without mentioning the word Chrome. Now you've probably read all there is to the new Roku streaming stick. What I want to do is make sure whether or not this can replace either some of your existing boxes or whether it really is the best HDMI streaming device. Now, once it's connected, powered up, and its software has been updated, and you've activated it through your Roku account, the setup is very similar, or almost exactly the same to any Roku device, where they have you not only update the channels that you might already have on your account, but also choose some settings that you might prefer, like add more channels. What I usually recommend is go immediately into the audio settings and the display settings. If you notice, once you go into those settings, the default is 720p. You want to change it to full HD if you have the TV for it to 1080p. Also, the audio is defaulted to stereo instead of surround 5.1. So you'll want to change that as well if you have the surround sound system. Other than that, it's a pretty straightforward setup. And you should be streaming in about 5, maybe 10 minutes. Now, I was never a big fan when on the Roku 2 they added these so-called favorite buttons. They were rarely, if ever, used in our case. And we would like to, of course, see some customization. But yet when they moved to the Roku 3, we were very happy, albeit, of course, it was replaced with the gaming buttons. But the simplicity of it and getting rid of the extra buttons was a really nice touch. However, on the Roku streaming stick, they went back to these favorite buttons again, which would be, again, nice if you can customize it. And come on, really? Blockbuster? Now, if you're coming from the Roku 3, which really I have no idea why you would go from the Roku 3 to the streaming stick, you will notice a lag, if you will. It's a little slower. It does have a slower processor, so it's more equivalent to the Roku 1. Aside from that, though, the interface is the same. The functionality is pretty much the same other than the gaming. It doesn't have a gaming remote, and some of the DLNA functions. But for what most people will use it, which is streaming Netflix, Amazon Instant Video, or other premium services like HBO Go, it does just fine. In the end, if you prefer your own remote, its own interface, in other words, if you don't like the $35 Google HDMI dongle, which has you control it via your smartphone or other mobile device, then the Roku streaming stick is for you. Also, if you're coming from a previous Roku, like the 3050 line, like the Roku XD, which we showed in the video, then this would be a nice jump up and a time saver, space saver as well. So there you go. We give the Roku 3 a thumbs up. Provided you have an older Roku device and you're not happy with the way you have to interact with the Google HDMI dongle, the extra $15 for the Roku streaming stick is well worth it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. More importantly, click subscribe down below so that you know when we launch the show in April. And there's more videos here to your right. Thanks again.